ReeFi Uno 2.0 Pro has 3 types of reflectors available, and the fourth option is to remove the reflector altogether. The first reflector is 60 degrees, a little bit more narrow beam. This one is sold separately. 90 degrees reflector is installed by default. 120 degrees reflector is included in the box, and then when you take off the reflector all together, then it's around 160 degrees. So we're going to compare the spread and intensity of all four options. For these tests, I'm going to be using one Uno tube, and I'm mounting it in the same location for all 4 types so we can compare easily. This is a 10-foot long tank. The light is mounted on the right side, so we can see the spread between the light and the shadow areas. The first reflector is the 60 degrees reflector. This one has really strong power all the way down to 34 inches, around over 600 power. It still has some good spread to the side, but then the power quickly drops off as you go to the side. For this reflector, I recommend mounting it at least 24 inches above the tank rim, maybe even 36 inches toward the ceiling to get a more even spread. Let's look at the 90 degrees reflector. This one comes installed in the Uno 2.0. This one still gives a pretty good penetration down. Even at 27 inches you get around 300 par, and at 34 inches you get 176 par. This is of course depending on the rock structure. I think the 176 par is probably attenuated by this ledge, so it doesn't, without the rock structure, you'll probably get a little bit higher par down here. As you can see to the right, you still get fairly good par, 240 and then 122. It does a pretty good spread. This 90 degrees reflector has no side glare. Next we looked at the 120 degrees reflector. This one has excellent spread. Par is still pretty good. You get 225 versus 303, but now you get a very slight side glare. And then this is without any reflectors, so you get about 160 degrees spread. This is the best spread you can get with the Uno 2, but you get a lot of side glare. The par is still 138 at 26 inches. So if we flip between the two, so this is without the reflector, this is with the 120 degrees. You can see significant more light from the side that lights up. And then now if we compare the 90 degrees with the 120, you get additional field light. So additional T5 or field light is not necessary. Without the reflector, the 160 degree spread, I think this is good for if you're a agriculture and you have a shadow frag tank and you just need the most spread, and then the side glare is not a concern. So if this tank is not in the living room area with the TV, then you can use it without the reflector. For most people, I think the 120 degrees or the 90 degrees will work best. Personally, I like the 90 degrees just because it has 0 side glare. 120 degrees, you get a little bit of the side glare, but it's not too bad. Alright, that's it for now.